Upon visiting Boulder, Colorado, you can't help but notice the enormous slabs of sandstone that dominate the skyline. And if you find yourself walking in the Goss Grove neighborhood, you will find a very different view of the Flatirons. You will have found the perspective, the gallery, the sculpture garden of Dr. Cydd West.
I'm Dr. Cydd. I'm on camera.
I was born Henry Ralph Mazur III. Cydd became a nickname for me in my later teenage years, and somebody out here made me a sign, Dr. Cydd, and so I put it up on my house.
17 years ago, Dr. Cydd West put out his shingle and began adorning his home. Searching garage sales and finding treasures left in the alley behind his home, his work includes a menagerie of elements, including the organic and the man-made. The year was 1969. U.S. involvement in Vietnam was at its peak. Cydd joined the Navy and began his tour of duty on an aircraft carrier. When he returned home, he began to pursue a different path, one of creative expression. The element of interactivity in Cydd's work is twofold. A master Reiki healer, Cydd's sculptures are meant to heal those who view it.
Through being a master teacher, my energy is stronger, my intentions are deeper, and I believe it just shows in my artwork, like the iron sculpture, a divine piece. Would that come to me if I hadn't been a Reiki master? I don't know, but when you work with divine forces, divinely things happen to you, and you create divinely things.
Cydd is also interested in seeing people's reaction as they interact with his work.
When I initially saw Cydd's work, I immediately thought kitsch, and I don't mean that in any derogatory way. I mean it sheerly in a way that it brings a sense of nostalgia. I mean it in the sense that it's things taken out of context. And I think the fact that his pieces are on, say, like the roof or on a tree or just outside in the open adds to the art, and it makes it more of sort of this shock value.
Which is why he installed cameras outside of his home, so that he can watch those who are watching his art. And if you're lucky enough to cross paths with Dr. Cydd West, you might be able to take a piece of the experience home with you in the form of a magic packet.
I think I started making magic packets right after my divorce in 1991. It's a placebo for your own imagination. It's a placebo for you to think about magic. I give you these things so that you can perceive life in a different way, that you can make up a story, that you can return to the magic roots when you were a child in your imagination.
Cydd's work graced the stage of the famed Penny Lane coffee shop, where the likes of Nirvana and Ani DiFranco once rocked beneath his totem pole sculptures. Since Penny Lane closed its doors forever in 2005, some of his work has found a new home in Folsom Street Coffee. Next door, Cydd's work has helped breathe new life into the laundromat.
It's the funkiest laundromat in town, probably in the whole metro area, maybe the whole world. I don't know, you just feel comfortable here. Where else can you look at art on the walls in the laundromat and play with a Barbie from the 70s that's laying in the corner, you know? I couldn't think of a place.
If I didn't do art, I would, it's to be true to my passion. It defines who you are. It's like I do it to survive, my psyche. It's not about making money to feed myself. It's about my psyche of working things out and sharing the adventures that I find.
His gallery and home are not as easily spotted in the Boulder skyline as the Flatirons. But if you stumble across 2301 Goss Street, it is undoubtedly just as unforgettable of an experience. actually a soul reaching out and up to heaven. See, we all got the voice and the rhythm to withstand them, but still the smoke rises from the river bed. Ooh, 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 ooh. The alley is actually an ocean. If I'm patient enough, the stuff that I need washes into me. And a message in the bottle I've been writing across the century is finally returning to me. Permission to be has finally been granted. Magical things are finally starting to happen. Open up the doors and the windows so you can let them in. The thing masquerading as reality is just a play. So